That's okay.
That's right.
All right, good evening. Call the meeting, public hearing. Well, let's call the meeting to order. The invocation, Alderman Ashby.
Our gracious Lord, we just thank you, Lord, that we can be here tonight. We just ask that you help us to focus on what we need to do to move Crowley forward, Lord, and to love others the way you love us. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
The pledge, Chief Abear.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Chuck Ashby,
Here.
Katie Chasson. Brad Cool,
Here.
Jeff Doré,
Here.
Dickie Latchley, Vernon Martin,
Here.
Sandy Marks,
Here.
Sammy Reggie, here, Byron Wildridge.
Here. Thank you, sir. We'll close the, recess the meeting and open a public hearing. Mr. Reagan?
Thank you, Mayor. Public hearing tonight is for an ordinance to amend Article 1, Chapter 12 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Crowley, Gay Parish, Louisiana, by adding thereto Section 12-15, establishing the base pay of police officers and police department personnel, and authorizing a minimum 2% annual salary increase for police officers of all ranks after 3 years continuous service, and thereafter a 2% annual salary increase for each additional year of service up to and including 20 years, to repeal all ordinances or parts of ordinances contrary thereto or in conflict therewith, to provide for the provisions hereof to be severable, and to provide for all matters relative thereto. And call for the proponents first. First call for the proponents, please come forward and state your name and your position in this matter. First call for the proponents, those wishing to speak in favor. Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Second call for the proponents. Please come forward at this time. This is the third and final call for the proponents. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of the ordinance, please come forward. Now we reverse this. We're going to go to the opponents. This is the first call for the opponents. Please come forward and state your position, name and address. Second call for the opponents of this ordinance. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the ordinance, please come forward at this time. This is the third and final call. The word's coming forward, Mayor. I ask that you close the hearing.
Thank you, sir. We'll close the hearing. Reopen the council meeting. Appearances, the Girl Scouts troop is in attendance this evening. If one of you want to come up and tell us about all the great things you're doing. Push the button, the green button.
And hold the button? Oh, and hold the
You
button?
don't have to.
Done? Okay, thank you. All right, hello and welcome. I'd like to introduce your local Girl Scout troop. This is Troop 2016. These girls will bridge to seniors. They're fifth of 6 levels in Girl Scouts. And after this year of 3 cadet years, they're middle school girls. This is Marissa Pender, 8th grade going into 9th grade at Northside. This is Rebecca Wolf, 8th grade going to 9th from Crowley Village to Crowley High. They've both been in Girl Scouts for 9 years. They've been on cadet level for the past 3 years. They have earned every merit badge, both retired and current, as well as numerous other awards. They've done many community service projects, both to our community, local communities around us, to our local veterans and our area regional veterans, and around our parish. They went to Washington, D.C. last summer. This summer, actually Thursday morning, we're going to leave to West Virginia, meet up with 500 of the Girl Scouts in a camping competition. We have focused this year earning a Trailblazer pin, which is a different membership level, because these girls do everything in the woods, primitive backpacking, and now they're going to be competing with other girls on these skills. And then in July, we'll head to Florida, where they are going to witness the Girl Scouts National Convention. There are 3 higher level awards in Girl Scouts: bronze, silver, and gold. Gold being the equivalent of an Eagle Scout, which of course earns you that rank in the military that we've learned from our original Girl Scout from this troop. And these girls have just earned their silver award, that middle level. And since they're going to be bridging and earning their next rank level at the National Convention, we wanted to recognize them for their awards, especially their silver award, here at City Council. So that's what I wanted to do for you. We have let's see. After identifying issues in your community, you learned about the factors that contribute to them and carried out a plan to make positive and lasting change. This award celebrates your incredible achievement as a world changer today and provides you and proves you have vision and skills to continue changing the world for a better tomorrow. Rebecca's project, she built different emergency boxes for our local Girl Scout camp in Grow Ridge, so that they would be properly stocked with all the facilities at each of the facility buildings in the area. So, Rebecca, yours. Mother Carla, would you come up and pin your child? Marissa's project was educating her fellow Girl Scouts in the field of entomology, including creating a bug collection of the native species of insects in the Camp Bonhomme area. So. Marissa's mother is Lisa Pender, and Lisa, would you come up and attempt these pins on your toe? Because we really can't see these flaps very well. Just hand it to me, Mom. This is yours, congratulations. This is yours, congratulations. Thank you for your time. We appreciate being able to honor these girls in front of you.
Do y'all want to come back here and take a picture back here real quick? I'll come on back here and I apologize, those window walls were supposed to be taken down before tonight, but the glass guy couldn't get in after hours, so it'll happen next week.
You want to get the council behind? Y'all come up here. Y'all come up here. You got everybody, Steve?
I can get it wrong, just making sure I can see all the heads. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more.
Thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you to those two ladies and the rest of the troop. I've witnessed on numerous occasions their dedication and volunteering hours throughout the community on many different projects. So thank y'all for caring and pitching in and giving a helping hand when it's needed. All right, agenda amendments. We have a couple of amendments. One, we need to amend the agenda to add the ordinance that we just had at the public hearing. We need to put that in item 11 under ordinances. I have a motion.
Second.
Second by Alderman Wilridge. We need roll call, please.
Chuck Ashby,
Yes.
Katie Chasson,
Yes.
Brad Core,
Yes.
Jeff Dorey,
Yes.
Vernon Martin,
Yes.
Sandy Marks,
Yes.
Sammy Reggie, Byron Wilridge.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. One more agenda amendment will be under public safety, to amend the agenda to reschedule a public hearing to show cause for an address of 917 Ross Avenue. Need a motion for that, please.
Second.
Brad moved, Sandy second. Roll call, please.
Chuck Ashby,
Yes.
Katie Chasson,
Yes.
Brad Core,
Yes.
Jeff Dorey,
Yes.
Vernon Martin,
Yes.
Sandy Marks,
Yes.
Sammy Reggie,
Yes.
Byron Wilridge.
Yes.
Thank you all. Approval of minutes from the regular council meeting held on May 10th, offered by Alderman Martin, second by Alderwoman Marks. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mayor's report, you'll see the sales tax chart. In your packets.
Mayor,
Yes.
well, mind if I, that data is pictured on the graph this graph is from that table.
Yes, the colored graph is from the number graph, the number table. Mr. Mader provides this line graph for us. And for the month of May, we're showing a 2% decrease over last year. So 773 last year and 756 this year. $20,000, $18,000 or so dollars difference. The sewer user report, we do not have all the checks in yet for that. But we did give you the report of what we did receive so far. So that's not gonna be an accurate number, because we didn't get all the payments up for that yet. But they're coming. Any questions? All right, standing committee reports. Public Works, Alderman Jeff Dorey.
Thank you, Mayor. Public Works Committee, is this Public Works Committee convene Wednesday, June 7th, 2023 at 4 p.m. Can you hear it now?
Try jokes.
That's probably. That's why you were so worried. Try yours again.
Okay, can you hear my? Okay, yes. Okay, Public Works Committee convened Wednesday, June 7th, 2023 at 4 p.m. in the council chambers, and a quorum was present. Chairperson Jeff Doré, no. Public Works Committee to approve partial payment estimate number 18 under Glenn Leger Construction Company LLC contract for the citywide street improvement contract 8 project in the amount of $233,868.86. Motion made, I so move.
Have a motion,
Second.
second by Alderwoman Marks. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? One opposition. Motion carries.
To approve partial payment estimate number 13 to Glenn Leger Construction LLC for the citywide street improvements contract B project in the amount of $372,547.75. Motion carried, so moved.
Have a motion by Alderman Doré, second by Alderman Ashby. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? One nay. Motion carries.
To adopt a resolution authorizing preparation for specifications and letting bids for fiscal year 2023 to 2024 materials contract for a period September 1st, 2023 through February 28th, 2024. Motion carried, I so move.
Moved by Alderman Doré, second by Alderman Martin. Discussion? Mr. Navy?
Yes, so the resolution itself will read February 29th because it's the
Interesting. Resolution will read February 29th, for those of you who didn't hear that, because it's a leap year. All right. Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
To adopt a resolution authorizing an extension of the existing contract with EL Habits Building Incorporated through August 31st, 2024 to fiscal year 2020-2021 labor and equipment contract. They want an extension onto this year.
That is correct.
Okay.
That's correct as read, yes.
Motion carried, I so move.
Moved by Alderman Doré, second by Alderman Martin. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
To adopt a resolution authorizing the preparation for specifications and the letting of bids fiscal year 2023-2024 for internal television inspection of storm drains and sanitary sewer system for the period September 1st, 2023 through February 28th, 2024. Motion carried, also moved.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Doré, second by Alderwoman Marks. Correction, February 29th, because of leap year. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
To adopt a resolution declaring portions of recycled asphalt pavement called RAP material surplus and authorizing the Mayor Chad Mosso to determine the appropriate selling price and procedure to offer and sell surplus RAP to the public. Motion carried, I so move.
Offered by Alderman Doré, second by Alderman Core. Discussion? Sammy? Yes.
I mean, I guess the question would be is, since the asphalt was already paid for, would we charge for it? Because it was paid for in, what, 97?
Yeah, last time it was paved, the roads were paved, whatever year that was. The city paid for it, which is why it's city property and why it has to be considered surplus, for us to be able to sell it to whoever would want to buy it. It's gonna be sold, it's contractors and even residents and in the city and in the parish, will use it in place of limestone or rock or things of that sort. So there's definitely value to it, but we have a whole lot of it. So that's the reason we want to declare some of it surplus, not all of it, because we can use it also throughout the years, instead of limestone. So, but if you pass by Public Works next to Animal Control, you'll see the mountain of this reclaim that's there. And then there was also some that has been hauled to sewer department for their use also. So there's enough to go around, and which is why we have to declare it surplus, because it is city property.
Sure, I guess my question also would be, is what do we charge? We charge by the truck, or are we charging by probably not the pound, but?
Yeah, it would be by the cubic yard. Yeah, which is because we don't have a scale and all of that good stuff. If you come with a 6-yard dump truck, you'll get charged for 6 yards, fill your truck up. Mr. Martin, yes, sir.
Well, the questions were answered mostly, but just the main thing I need to clear up. I said the citizen decided that they want to get something, will the city be able to deliver it?
We can fix or add to driveways on public right-of-way.
Okay,
We can't deliver it and deliver it to private property. So, and we've been doing this for months now, at least 5.5 months since I've been here. And I know they've done it before I got in the office. Residents will call and they may have a little hole next to the road in their driveway. We can do that. That's on public right-of-way.
right.
But for us to put it in the yard or farther into the driveway, we can't do that.
Well, I mean, the main thing I'm concerned with is the fact that if they need it, okay, let's say they had some poured 6 months ago, okay, and it washed away or sunken, whatever it may be, how would the city resolve that type of problem?
If it's on city right-of-way, we'll deliver it over there.
Okay, so the
Yes.
main thing, if you got it free before,
Yes.
okay, you get it free again.
Yes.
That's all- that's
Yes,
all.
sir. Yes, sir. This proposal is to sell extra surplus, not, and that's, the surplus is what's in excess of what we think we'll use over the next 15 years or so. Okay?
I just wanted to make sure that, you know, it wasn't out there that, okay, they gave it to me free, now I gotta pay for it.
No, sir, as long as it's on public right-of-way.
Good enough, thank you.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor.
Mr. Mons,
I have a discussion on that surplus. If you have all these dug up parts of the new blacktop being laid with rock, why not use that surplus if you live on rock?
that's a different contractor that's doing that work, and they have to put limestone there, that's part of the contract, so.
So on these new
Yes.
roads, we have these nice new roads.
And that will, after that, they will have asphalt on top of those rocks. There's a process that has to be followed for
Okay,
the repair of those sections.
thank you.
Mr. Dory?
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And with no further items, action items to come before Public Works, we then recess.
Thank you, sir. Utility Committee, Alderman Martin.
Thank you, sir. Utility Committee convened, okay, Wednesday, June 7th at 4 p.m. We had a quorum. Let's see, on the action items, a motion was offered by Alderwoman Sandy Martin, second by Alderman Jeff Dory, to approve partial payment estimate number 4 to 2A Services LLC for the common noodle replacement at the main pump station project in the amount of $113,000 $894.15. Motion carried, and I so move.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Martin, second by Alderwoman Marks. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
A motion was offered by Alderman Jeff Dorey and second by Alderwoman Sandy Marks to approve change order number 2 under the contract with Tulier Service LLC for the common noodle replacement at the main pump station project at a cost of $9,437.24. Motion carried, and I so move.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Martin, second by Alderwoman Marks. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion was made by Alderwoman Sandy Marks and second by Alderwoman Katie Chassaw to approve partial payment estimate number 11 to NCMC LLC for rehabilitation of the sewer collection system project in the amount of $190,316.56. Motion carried, and I so move.
Second.
Offered by Alderman Martin, second by Alderman Dorey. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
There were non-action items. Wastewater Superintendent Tim Crater presented the monthly wastewater report, and City Engineer Tim Mayer presented the monthly engineering report. And there was nothing else to come before the Utility Committee recess.
Thank you, sir. Recreation Committee, Alderman Ashby.
Recreation Committee convened Wednesday, June 7th, 2023 at 4 p.m. in the council chambers, and a quorum was present. Under action items, a motion was offered by Alderman Dorey and seconded by Alderman LaChalette to approve partial payment for the restroom construction at the Tony Robichaud Sport Complex for the amount of $75,316.56. The motion carried, and I so move.
Offered by Alderman Ashby. Second by Alderman Wilridge. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Under non-action items, Recreation Director Peter Kirsch presented the monthly Recreation Department report. City Engineer Tim Mayer presented the monthly engineer's report. There was no further business to come before the Recreation Committee, and the committee recessed.
Thank you, sir. Zoning and annexation? Yes, sir.
I'm not sure if we're gonna do this under public buildings or the Recreation Committee. We have an issue with the bathrooms at the MLK, so we're taking under public buildings.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, thank you.
Zoning and annexation, Alderman Reggie.
Thank you. Zoning and Annexation Committee convened Wednesday, June 7th, 2023, 4 p.m. in the council chambers. A quorum was present. Under action items, a motion was offered by myself and seconded by Alderman Vernon Martin to amend section 414 of the Code of Ordinances to include a provision for animal excrement removal, referred to section 10-234 of the Lafayette Consolidated Government's Ordinances for consideration and possible adoption. Discussion ensued on the dollar amount of the fine. Motion carried, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Reggie, second by Alderman Ashby. Discussion. All in favor?
I
Yes,
just-
ma'am.
I'm sorry, I wanted to get to that. This is a consideration motion, is that correct?
This is, go ahead, Tom.
It's in your committee minutes, it's just simply a recommendation that you consider this. That's all you're voting on is to consider it. And it's coming later in your, meeting.
And public hearing?
Yes, well, it's not a public hearing, you have to introduce the ordinance, and after it comes out.
Yeah.
So
I just knew
consider
that.
introducing it, it's coming up later in the meeting.
Okay,
The resolutions section. Yes.
okay. Okay,
Yeah, so this isn't actually passing the ordinance.
right, just wanted that clarification.
Yes, ma'am. Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
A motion was offered by myself and seconded by Alderman Vernon Martin to approve a re-subdivide as shown on preliminary and final plat showing Lot 4B of Lemco subdivision number 1 into Lot 4B-1 and Lot 4B-2 as shown on plat located in City of Crowley, Acadia Parish. Motion carried, and I so move.
Offered by Alderman Reggie, second by Alderman Core. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Abstain.
One abstention. Alderwoman Marks. Motion carries.
Under non-action items, City Engineer Tim Mayer presented the monthly engineer's report, and there was no further business to come before Zoning and Annexation Committee, and the committee recessed.
Thank you, sir. Public Safety, Alderman Core.
Thank you, Mayor. The Public Safety Committee convened Wednesday, June 7th, 2023 at 4 p.m. in council chambers, and the quorum was present. Under action items, a motion was offered by myself and seconded by Alderman Jeff Dorey to approve a resolution to retire K-9 Officer Breach and transfer custody to his longtime partner and handler, Officer Aaron Bertrand. The motion carried, and I so move.
Second.
Offered by Alderman Core, second by Alderman Dorey. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next, Mayor, I would like to offer a motion to reschedule the public hearing regarding property located at 917 Ross Avenue.
Yes, so this will be to reschedule a public hearing to show cause why the improvements on the property situated on Lot 8 and the east 50-foot of Lots 9 and 10 of Block 2 of the Conway addition to the City of Crowley bearing a municipal address of 917 Ross Avenue, Crowley, Louisiana, should not be condemned, to be held by the Mayor and Board of Aldermen on the 12th day of July, 2023, in regular session at 6 p.m., and that said notice be properly recorded and served upon the property owner pursuant to law. We need to reschedule this because we moved the meeting date to today, and the notices went out as yesterday's date, so we're going to reschedule for next month and bring it next month.
Well, I'm in my motion accordingly.
Offered by Alderman Core, second by Alderman Wilrich. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Under non-action items, Chief of Police Troy Abear presented the monthly police department report. Mayor Chad Monsell presented the monthly fire department report in the absence of Fire Chief Louis Fudo. City Inspector Tony Duhon was not present. His report was read by Mayor Chad Monsell. Discussion ensued on having the city attorney draft an amendment to Section 11 of the Code of Ordinances to include regulations for after-hours clubs in Crowley. Mayor Chad Monsell said it should be sent over to Tom Reagan and Michael Landry. The council discussed citizens selling food at temporary locations in parking lots and various places. It was said that there are to have temporary food service permits. Police Chief Troy Abear said that his police force could help in checking for these permits on the weekends. There was a discussion on complaints about trash at 1013 South Avenue M. Mayor Chad Monsell said that this has been ongoing for years. Rich Hughes, speaking on behalf of the neighbors of this property, stated that the junk is overflowing onto their properties and is a health hazard. Clem Crater suggested hiring an attorney for hearings on blighted property. Mike Landry stated that this is a nuisance property issue. There was no further action to come before the Public Safety Committee, and the committee recessed.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Okay, so, when we had talked about the food, we're gonna allow the chief to handle this, how are we gonna do this?
Yes, sir. If they obviously have to have a Board of Health license, and Chief Abear said that on weekends they can, because it's obviously on weekends when these tents and things set up, and they'll be able to check on that, on those licenses during the weekend.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, we have someone here, I don't know if they want to talk about.
Well, that's actually the ones I was talking about
Okay.
last
yeah,
week,
Yeah,
when I said that
Yeah,
they have a licensed kitchen,
right,
approved by the Board of Health, occupational license, all that good stuff.
exactly. I just thought you wanted to say a few words.
Y'all good?
We're the Black Food Truck. We like you said, we have an occupation license.
Exactly.
We do certification through the Board of Health. We also pay taxes at Decatur Parish School Board.
Right.
Can you state your name? I'm sorry.
My name is Aquanetta Minix.
And if you don't mind, fill out a speaker card for me and turn it in before you leave.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
okay. And so we do it every year. We have to get it certified every year. So we're considered a business in Crowley.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to recognize them because they have done it right.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to say something too. Also, we have the church on 14th Street.
Right.
So when our church do something, we do it through our trailer on the grounds.
Right, but you have a
So-
whole business.
So we got a whole business.
Right, yeah, but in other words, wherever you at, you cover.
Yes,
Okay, that's the main thing.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Public buildings, Alderman Woolridge.
Public buildings convened Wednesday, June 7, 23, 4 p.m. in the council chambers. We had a quorum present. Under action items, a motion was made by Alderman Diggley and second by Alderman Jeff Dory to move Tracy Young and the Rotary Club request for use of the Rice Festival building on September 16, 2023, and no cost for the Raise Against Hunger program for a discussion to action item and motion carried.
Second.
Just go ahead to the next one.
A motion was made by Alderman Diggley and seconded by Alderman Jeff Dory to allow Tracy Young and the Rotary Club use of the Rice Festival building on September 16, 2023, at no cost for the Rise Against Hunger program. Motion carried.
I'll second.
All right, offered by Alderman Woolridge, second by Alderwoman Marks. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Me and my co-part still want to get some calls on the bathrooms at the MLK Center. And, hold on, I mean, the director's not here right now, but I'd like to ask Peter Curtis some questions. When they get in at the Rice Festival building every morning, what is their job description that they do with the bathrooms over there?
At the Rice Festival building?
At the park.
Well, both, I guess, all of them.
I'm trying to find out every morning, when they get to the Rice Festival building and all those parks and all that, do they go check the bathroom and make sure they clean, the toilets are flushed and stuff like that?
So, Mr. Woolridge, I don't want to assume what you are trying to get to, but I'm going to try and speed this up. I did get a phone call from someone also about the restrooms. This phone call was that the restrooms were being left unlocked after closing hours and that the young people were messing them up. So I did call Peter and let him know, and he said they are supposed to be locked when the MLK Center is closed, and that he was going to make sure that the employees working there made sure that they are locked when the building is closed. If you're saying that they're not clean and they need to be tended to on a daily basis and that's not being done, I will make a phone call tomorrow morning and take care of that also.
That's what
That's
I'm
easy.
saying. And everywhere you go to McDonald's or any other restaurant, they got a sign-in sheet in the bathroom where they go and inspect it so many times a day to make sure they clean. We got 2 people out there at the MLK Center. I don't understand, during the day from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock, ain't nothing going on.
Yeah, we gotta make sure when they open the door, they walk inside and make sure it's ready.
I go in there and check it,
Yes,
the toilet's not even flushed.
yes.
We ain't even got toilet paper or paper towels in there.
I'll handle that tomorrow. Yes, sir. Guaranteed.
Just want to make a comment. I've always said that you lead from where you stopped, okay? My main goal is this: bathrooms, when it was built, you haven't heard me say it 1,000 times, it wasn't built where it was supposed to be, okay? Those of you who've gone to the MLK Center, one of the problems that I see, and it irks me, is that the restroom ends where the pavilion begins, okay? When we first started talking about the restrooms, the idea was to build restrooms on the east side, the southeast side, where the door that leads from the Martin Luther King Center. That way, they would have control of it to whether keep it clean, open it, close it, whatever it may be, without worrying about what's going on outside. I've always used the term, you gotta start somewhere. You know, I don't know how it was before with the protocols for the bathrooms. I'm not blaming nobody, I don't wanna blame nobody, but at the end of the day, the restrooms has to be maintained. So, before we point a finger at anybody, let's start it from where it needs to be started, okay? I don't know if we need to hire a crew that just goes, we talk about building more restrooms in Robichaud Center, correct?
Yeah, I'll tell you that, again, I'll make this short. The liability lies on me.
Okay.
And I will make a phone call tomorrow and make sure that we don't need to hire no more employees. We have enough employees working at MLK Center to take care of that. I had an issue with trash cans not being emptied a few weeks ago. I made a phone call and that seems to be taken care of.
That's all it takes.
I'll make a phone call tomorrow and we'll take care of the restroom situation.
I think, cleaning is one thing, but we just got the restrooms and not everybody goes out there have good intentions.
That's right.
So, I would appreciate it as well if it's
Yes,
8 o'clock, whatever time you get there, open it up, and whatever time they close, lock it up.
close it up, that's right.
How we gonna work on weekends, I have no idea, but the restrooms are there to facilitate its use.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, only thing that I'm asking, because I've gotten a few phone calls myself about it, and I told them, I said, well, bottom line is, how it was in the past, we just need to start fresh with it.
Yes, sir.
So I think,
Thank you.
yeah, we can put all the heads together, it could be worked out real clean.
Yes, sir.
I think.
I do appreciate it, man. I know you're gonna take care of it.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna make sure whatever needs to be happen. And I thank you for your diligence on doing what we need to do to make sure the city project is taken care of. There was no further action to come before public buildings, so we recess, sir.
Thank you, sir. Insurance and personnel, Alderwoman Marks.
Insurance? Insurance and
Yes, sir.
personnel.
I'm sorry, Alderwoman Marks.
Okay, we'll go ahead, I'll get it. I'll get it.
Okay.
That's fine, I'm sure the person is.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. The Insurance and Personnel Committee minutes, we met Wednesday, June 7th at 4 p.m. We had a quorum, no one was absent. The Insurance and Personnel Committee convened. There were no action items. Under non-action items, I spoke about the upcoming insurance renewals, and there was no further action to come before the Insurance and Personnel Committee. The committee recessed.
Okay, good.
Alderman Marks.
Yeah, I just want to thank council for the resolution of bereavement for one of our council members in the past, Mr. Nelson Arsenault. I presented it to the family, and I think we have one of his nieces over here. And on behalf of the family, we thank everybody. And also, if I may, while we're talking about the latest, I want to just thank Doug Sigmund for the rededication of the 7th Street Park. I apologize, I had my uncle funeral at the same time, but I saw the beautiful picture. And I just want to say, these ladies, if there's a pinnacle, they haven't reached it.
Absolutely.
So, but anyway, I just want to, and for those who don't know, Mr. Arsenault served on this council in this season. He was also the first black police juryman as well. If I had to read everything he's done, we'd be here for a minute. But anyway, I just want to thank y'all, and God bless the family.
Thank you. All right. Community Economic Development, Alderwoman Chesson.
Thank you, Mayor. The Community and Economic Development Committee convened Wednesday, June 7th, 2023, 4 o'clock p.m. in the council chambers. A quorum is present. There were no action items. Alderwoman Katie Chasson spoke about the upcoming red, rice, and blue July 4th celebration, and the Jennings Crowley golf tournament scheduled for September. She told the council that Crowley Main Street is in the hiring process for a director, and the Main Street Art and Wine Stroll was a success. The Crowley Garden Club has elected new officers. The Historic District Committee has been planting flowers in the Historic District. There was no further action to come before the Community and Economic Development Committee. The committee recessed.
Thank you, ma'am. Ordinances? Oh, revenue and finance, I'm sorry. See, Chuck said he don't want to speak. Revenue and finance, Alderman Ashby.
Revenue and Finance Committee convened Wednesday, June 7, 2023 at 4 p.m. in the council chambers. A quorum was present. There were no action items. There were no non-action items. There was no further business to come before the Revenue and Finance Committee, and the committee recessed.
Thank you, sir. Ordinances. Mr. Reagan.
An ordinance to amend Article 1, Chapter 12, Code of Ordinances, City of Crowley, Indian Parish, Louisiana, by adding thereto sections 12-15, establishing the base pay of police officers and police department personnel, and authorizing a minimum 2% annual salary increase for police officers of all ranks after 3 years continuous service, and thereafter a 2% annual salary increase for each additional year of service up to and including 20 years. To repeal all ordinances or parts of ordinances contrary thereto or in conflict therewith, to provide for the provisions hereof to be severable, and to provide for all matters relative thereto.
Need a motion?
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Core, second by Alderman Martin. Any discussion? Roll call.
Chuck Ashby,
Yes.
Katie Chasson,
Yes.
Brad Cord,
Yes.
Jeff Dorey,
Yes.
Vernon Martin,
Yes.
Sandy Marks,
Yes.
Sammy Reddick, Byron Wilridge,
Yes.
7 yeas, 1 abstain, motion carries. Resolutions?
First resolution we have. First resolution is a resolution authorizing the preparation of specifications and authorizing the advertisement for bids and designating the time and place that bids will be received for FY 2023 and 2024 labor and equipment contract for the period September 1, 2023 through September 29, 2024. February 29, February 1st, 2023 through February 29, 2024.
Motion? Yes, we need a motion. Moved by Alderman Core, second by Alderman Dorey. Discussion. Mr. Mayor?
Just a question, this was offered in committee, it was motioned, it was seconded, it was adopted, why are we doing it?
Correct.
It was acted on committee, so why would it have to be acted? I'm just
In
curious.
committee doesn't set any laws. The full council has to vote on it.
No, just now.
You're in the committee report.
The one that took action, I think, is made a motion, seconded,
Technically, though, that's just a recommendation to the council.
I
It's never been done that way before.
I agree with you. But the resolutions have, I don't know why we're doing it this way.
The other way to do it is to then make it a separate motion again in committee, and during the committee report, get out of committee report, then you make a motion to consider that resolution. That's how we did it before. Separate motions.
If I may, my understanding that it was added to the agenda so it didn't appear to be in the committee, but then it was, the action was taken. If that's the way that's to be done, that's unusual as far as my recollection of past, we never voted on something like that.
But a committee is not a member, committee report is only what occurred in committees, and it's a report, and the committee is only making a recommendation, they have no power to enact any kind of an ordinance or resolution.
So what Tim's saying, and I agree, that last week in committees, that committee recommended to the full council that we adopt this resolution. Today, in the committee report, the chairman read the committee report that the committee recommended adoption of the resolution. And they so moved that they adopt the resolution. And then there was a second, and there was discussion, and then a vote. It's my understanding that that's how it's been for years, but I'm not sure. So when Jeff Dorey read the committee report, he read that the committee recommended to adopt this resolution. And then at the end, he says, I so move. So he made a motion to adopt the resolution. He got a second. It was voted on and passed. I understand Tim's question, and mine too is, why would we have to vote on the resolution again when the committee chair has made a motion to adopt the resolution as suggested by the committee?
He's supposed to be reading, he's actually reading the report. If he does wish to do that, he has to move the resolution, and in those words, always get, and I've had this problem before, and we've had a question by the auditors years past, about how we do this, and I've said time and time again, that it is improper for the committee to do any type of adoption of anything. Those words are incorrect. It is merely a recommendation. Therefore, you have to come out of committee report and say, I move the resolution itself. And we've done that in the past.
Okay.
And when I've caught it, I've said that. You've got to move the resolution, it's in your packet. But if you want to do that, then you gotta come out, then you gotta go back to committee reports. So I find it better to go back with it. And this tracks better in terms of your minutes, because you have the resolutions listed in separate form, in a separate format. And you don't have an audit problem when you have auditors looking for something. It's right here in the form of the resolutions in your minutes, bang, 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 down the line.
Good.
I think that's a better way of doing it, so I'm trying to give you the organizational set of minutes that I think properly shows that his process was duly followed, the recommendation was made, and the motion was made to actually take the action.
Yes, sir.
So are we saying that the action taken to approve partial payment estimates, which was acted on in committee, is not valid? Is that what we're saying? Because it's not,
I think that was good, that's an administrative type of deal.
We'll move on with these votes. We're gonna get the same votes.
Hold on, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
double jeopardy.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, what Jim's saying is correct, and what Tom's saying is correct as well. The only way you can bring that out for a vote, you have to reintroduce it, am I right, Tom?
Somebody's gotta make a separate motion.
Exactly. So, Tim, you're 100% correct, is once it was voted on, it was over with, okay? But at the same token, the way, it's just the phrase that they would put, you know? So, I don't know.
It's an order of business under Robert's rules.
Exactly.
Do we have a motion for this resolution? Moved by Alderman Core. Second by Alderwoman Marks. Discussion? All in favor? Motion, opposed? Motion carries. B. B is a resolution authorizing an extension of the existing contract with E.L. Habits Builders Incorporated through August 31st, 2024 for the fiscal year 2020-2021 labor and equipment contract. Motion by Alderman Martin, second by Alderman Core. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. C, a resolution authorizing the preparation of specifications and authorizing the advertisement for bids and designating the time and place that the bids will be received for fiscal year 23-24 internal television inspection for storm drainage and sanitary sewer systems for the period September 1, 23 through February 29, 24.
So moved.
Motion by Alderwoman Marks, second by Alderman Doré. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. D, a resolution of the mayor and board of aldermen of the city of Crowley, Acadia Parish, Louisiana, declaring a portion of the recycled asphaltic pavement wrap material produced during construction of the 21 citywide street improvement contract A and B projects to be surplus material, authorizing Mayor Chad Monsell to determine an appropriate selling price for the same and to develop and execute procedures to offer and sell wrap to the general public and to provide for all matters relative thereto.
So moved.
Offered by Alderwoman Marks, second by Alderwoman Chasson. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. E, a resolution of the mayor and board of aldermen of the city of Crowley, Acadia Parish, Louisiana, introducing a proposed ordinance and calling for a public hearing concerning same. An ordinance to amend and reenact section 4 of article 1 of chapter 4 of the code of ordinance by adding thereto section 4-16 to require animal excrement removal and to provide for the penalties. An ordinance to amend and reenact section 4-7 and section 4-14 of article 1 of chapter 4 of the code of ordinance to require owners of animals running at large or responsible for the removal of animal excrement from public or private property, to require owners of animals under the direct or physical control of the owner are responsible for the removal of animal excrement from public or private property, to provide a reputable presumption, rebuttable, I'm sorry, read too fast, rebuttable presumption to provide for the penalties therefore and enhancement penalties after the first offense, to provide for the penalties for the violations thereof, to repeal all ordinance or parts of ordinances contrary thereto or in conflict therewith, to provide for the provisions hereof to be servable and to provide for all matters relative thereto. Motion by Alderman Corr, second by Alderman Ashby. Discussion?
Yeah,
Mr. President.
how are we going to enforce this? I mean, I'm trying to figure this out. So maybe one of y'all can enlighten me with this. Okay.
Same way as probably littering, pictures or phone calls from neighbors or things of that sort to give a statement, and chief may be able to help with that. I'm not a police officer, but how do you enforce littering unless the police officer actually sees it? This will be basically the same. You'll have to get statements and or pictures and things of that sort.
I understand, but once again, I ask.
Hopefully not too graphic pictures.
I'm just a little concerned about picking up the evidence.
Chief refuses to pick up that evidence.
Exactly.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Nay.
One nay. Motion carries. F, a resolution of the mayor and board of aldermen of the city of Crowley, Acadia Parish, Louisiana, authorizing the retirement of K-9 Officer Breach, authorizing an agreement to provide for the care, custody, and control of the K-9 officer, and to provide for all matters relative thereto. Offered by Alderman Doré, second by Alderman Ashby. Discussion, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. A resolution of the mayor and board of aldermen of the city of Crowley, Acadia Parish, Louisiana, designating the official journal of the city of Crowley as the Crowley Post-Signal. Moved by Alderman Doré, second by Alderman Corr. Discussion, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Engineer report,
Nothing further.
adjournment.
So moved.
Moved by Marks, second by Corr. All in favor? Opposed? Motion Motion carries. Thank you all.
Remember him,